What is going on, my Super Sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and today we're talking about episode 32 of Dragon Ball Super. Easily one of my most favorite episodes so far. Kira Bug is gone right now. She's up in Northern California doing Kira Bug things, but she'll be back next week. So, episode 32, before I start, I want to ask a question. Who here will rank episode 32 amongst their favorites in the Dragon Ball Super series thus far? Comment right now. Because I asked this because after watching it, to me, if not the first, it might be easily my top 3 favorite episodes so far, just because so much happens. It's funny, there's kind of a little bit of action, and it's new stuff. I mean, new stuff is always going to be a bonus. It was just very enjoyable to watch, and like I said, when it comes down to not just Dragon Ball, but just anime in general, if you're having a fun time and enjoying watching it, then that's all that really matters. And episode 32 by far is one of the most enjoyable episodes of the series so far. So if that's for you too, comment below right now and let's see how much of you, or how many of you guys will actually agree on this. So as far as what happens, let's start the intro, because the intro has a brief flash, and the reason why I say brief flash is because it happens so fast. The first time it happened, I looked down and missed it completely, but we have a brief flash of Team Universe 6 in the intro. We see Hit, Frost, Botamo, Magetta, and Kabe. I want to make sure I say all the names in action real fast. Now we saw Botamo in action sort of in the manga as well as the preview of the next episode, and we saw Frost kind of hint at action as well as in the manga. But as far as anything else, we haven't really seen what they're capable of. So it's cool to see them added into the intro, and it further excites me and makes me just anticipate watching them fight more and more as we get further into the series. So that's really cool to see them added into the intro. As far as what happens in this episode, let's kind of break it down into several parts. We got the beginning, the middle, and the end. The beginning is going to consist of leading up to getting to the Nameless Planet, which is what the episode is called, Heading to the Nameless Planet. Beginning, we have Goku and Vegeta training in the Room of Spirit of Time, or the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, whatever your name preference is. And the first thing I'll mention is they actually have a couple of key mentions from the manga. First one being is Goku and Vegeta talk about the whole 80-year-old thing. If you're a Saiyan, your body is as physical fit as possible, at least until you're 80, and then after that, it starts to kind of decline. So it's cool that they kind of mention random key factors around that. The funny thing is, after they left the time chamber and they met with everybody else, because as you guys know, they've been training in the time chamber for 3 years, they had beards. They had beards, they were stinky, they were gross, they had eaten terrible food. And it's funny because when they show up, everyone's just like, Go freshen up before you talk to us. Get out of my face, you Saiyan peasant. Well, they didn't actually say that, but they were pretty stinky and they had beards. Side note, I want beards in Xenoverse 2, because that look that Goku and Vegeta had, which you can see up here, was actually pretty cool, and it suits them really, really well. Now, one thing I do want to mention is Saiyan hair does not change from start to finish. We know this, but this is just kind of a gag. It's not meant to be taken serious. I saw a couple people complain about this, but honestly, the beard thing was funny to me. So if you have views towards the whole beard thing, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But ultimately, it's nothing to be taken serious. It's just funny, and it's a really cool look on them. So I like it. It's cool. The next part actually consists of, Jackal. I was going to jump into the next part, but I forgot. Jackal shows up with the Galactic King, to which, again, just like in the manga, nobody really cared about. Although they introduced the King, the Galactic King, once they got to the Nameless Planet. So it was kind of different to show them have them show up early on Earth. And again, the reason why no one really cares is because they were friends with the God of Destruction and the Supreme Kai. So they kind of are familiar with higher level people. So it's like, whatever. Oh, you Galactic King. I have Beer's cell phone number. I don't really care about you. So they have that. So the next part consisted of actually traveling to the Nameless Planet, to which Majin Buu farts and Hercule drops the biggest dad joke of 2016. You can see it up here. Which consists of Boo, which apparently means fart in Japanese as well. So it's like, well, that's why I call him Majin Buu, because he farts. And then, of course, someone laughed because dad jokes. Shout out to Danny. For those who don't know, Danny's a dad, and he has a lot of dad jokes all the time. So big shout out to Danny. Whoa, that transition. This is kind of weird, I know. As I'm sitting here editing this video, hours after I recorded it, I realized I forgot to talk about one of the most important things that happened in the episode, and that is the interaction between Goku and Menaka. I don't even understand how I forgot about that, because it was by far the funniest moment in the episode so far as well. So this is kind of weird, but it doesn't matter. I remember before I exported the video, so I didn't goof completely. But still, if you want to hashtag Rhymestyle goof in the comment section below, then go for it. But yeah, Beerus walks out with Menaka. Goku sees him and he wants to basically spar with him, to which Beerus says, "No, don't do it. You're only supposed to focus on Team Universe 6. And what does Goku do? He tries to punch him. Well, he doesn't try. He does punch him, because he assumed that Menaka was going to dodge, and he punched him right in the face. Hilarious, absolutely hilarious. And then you see Menaka like, it's okay, it's fine, didn't hurt. So it's a really funny moment, and also makes me curious to know, what is Menaka's true potential? If you have any theories on Menaka, feel free to comment it below. But yeah, I want to toss that in this video as well. Again, I don't understand how I forgot that. It's a really important part. But let me know your thoughts on the whole Menaka Goku exchange. Did you laugh? Did you not laugh? Did you not care? Do you think that there's something that's going to happen with Menaka? I don't care. Just anything you have around Menaka, feel free to comment it right below. But yeah, back to the other review that I recorded, or I guess the other half. Transition! Okay, so next part consists of actually getting to the Nameless Planet area, which took 3 hours. And you see the giant Super Dragon Balls. Again, now we already knew how big they were plant size, but when you actually see in comparison how massive they are pretty big. And actually, it makes me think, with these balls all kind of gathered into one spot, I further believe that something's going to happen where someone's going to show up and try to take them from them or something. Maybe somebody has a 7th Dragon Ball already, and they're going to quickly show up, make the dragon pop out, and make some kind of wish to stop Champa or Beerus. Who knows? But I feel like with the balls just there out in the open like that, they're just literally saying, hey, come get us. Like, who's here? Come get us. So I wonder what's going to happen. I'm pretty stoked to see where this arc is going to go, especially at how the pacing is going. Because remember, next episode is called Surprise Universe 6 Be Surprised Super Saiyan Son Goku, and then after that it's called Frost versus Piccolo. So the pacing is really fast. So again, I feel like I mentioned this before, but I feel like because of how fast it's going, they're going to prepare for the big action that's going to happen in this arc. Or I might be wrong. Maybe it's just going to go really fast and then we'll be done. Who knows? But at this point, I just feel like they're setting it up perfectly for somebody else to show up and try to get the balls, and then from there it'll start this like massive fight, and that's gonna be exciting to see. Now, as far as the next moment, once they get there, the first thing that they say is these seats suck. We traveled all this time. Give us better seats, to which we hooked up a better setup than the crappy stands that Vados had created. And then we immediately jump into the exam. Now, I will point out there was a big difference between how Majin Buu failed the test in this as opposed to manga. In the manga, he failed because he was stupid. In this, he failed because he fell asleep. And again, they mentioned once Majin Buu falls asleep, he doesn't wake up. So, and also, by the way, before that, I forgot to say, they show up into the little exam area and we introduce Team Universe 6 for the very first time all at once. We got Hit, we got Kabe, we got Magetta, Frost, and Botamo. They see Frost, and just like in the manga, the first thing they say is Frieza! But it's not Frieza, obviously. But they do notice that he's different because the second Frost notices them, he looks over and he smiles. That's when Kabe gets up. I wonder how you pronounce his name, because they didn't say Kabe's name actually yet. But for now, I'll just call him Kabe. Kabe gets up, he introduces himself, he mentioned that he's a Saiyan 2. He reveals that, first of all, they didn't reveal the whole Tails thing. Goku and Vegeta do ask where the Tails are, but he just doesn't know anything about it. And again, just like it was revealed in the manga, the Tails have been, I guess they lost them through generations of evolution. But they had mentioned the same thing that they mentioned in the manga. The Universe 6 Saiyans are good guys, they are hired to fight evil, they live on planet Salad, and we even get the same conversation and dialogue between Vegeta and Kabe where he mentions that he wants to visit one day, and Kabe just says as long as you don't steal it, and well, he doesn't say as long as he don't steal it, Vegeta says he won't steal it, but Kabe was shocked though. He was shocked when it's revealed that Universe 7 Saiyans are evil and then they steal planets. It's like, wait, you guys stole planets? You stole Planet Vegeta, you made another one? So it's funny to see how opposite they are. But right after that conversation, Zoro Vados just basically says, hey, come over, let's do the exam, and then that's how the exam starts, to which we see kind of the same struggle between the warriors that we saw in the manga. Now, we'll note that Magetta must be probably the least smartest person on their team, because out of everybody else, he seems to be steaming, just like Goku was. So he's probably on a lower level intelligence. Not that it really matters, but it's just kind of something to toss out there. But for a second, it kind of made it look like he was going to fail too. Now, actually, now it makes me wonder, would Majin Buu have failed had he not fallen asleep? Doesn't matter. Either way, I have further reason to believe that we will not have a replacement, because as soon as the exam's over, Beerus says, now we're down to 4 fighters. So that further just confirms that basically this is just a loss automatically. There's no need to have Majin Buu jump in, and they can't really replace somebody else because this is part of the tournament. If you fail the tournament, then that's it. You pretty much just bend over and then go screw yourself. That's all you can really do. So the tournament will indeed start with a 4v5 format. So after that, we immediately jump into oh, by the way, as Vegeta and Kabe are walking, they talk about how they're not gonna hold back when they fight each other, which further leads me to believe that when Vegeta and Kabe actually fight, that when it comes out to it, they're going to fight next at some point. So I cannot wait to see what Kabe's made out of, which is kind of interesting to see also because Kabe, he reminds me of Gohan in a way, only because of the physique he has. He's so skinny. I mean, we've talked about this briefly before, but I never actually really discussed this in the video. But he's very skinny, and it makes you wonder, like, what is it about him that's going to be special and unique? Because, like, Vegeta's he's a fighter. So if Kabe and Vegeta do indeed get matched up against each other, I don't see how Kabi can win unless he has some kind of crazy Super Saiyan ability or Super Saiyan guy, who knows, that's going to help him keep up. But I guess we'll find out as we get further into the arc. But just want to kind of toss it out there. But ultimately, as soon as the exam is done, they get right into the action. Botama and Goku have been already announced, just like in the manga. And right before the fighting starts, it ends. So it's exciting. Next week, we get the official beginning of the arc. And just to kind of discuss what next week is going to consist of, because as you guys know, next week is called Be Surprised Universe 6. This is Super Saiyan Son Goku. And after that, it's called Piccolo versus Frost. Everything in the Menaka and Sapo, I think, something like that. Doesn't matter. Piccolo and Frost. The whole point is, like I said earlier, the pacing is going really, really fast. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen next week. And actually, as we read in the manga, and this is small spoilers in case you want nothing spoiled, leave right now. In the manga, as you guys know, Botama loses really, really fast. After realizing that Goku can't really hurt him, he just kind of pushes him over and then throws him out of the ring. And then Frost immediately jumps in. To which also, by the way, we had the end of the debate. He went Super Saiyan. Goku went Super Saiyan against Frost. He did not go Super Saiyan, he got Super Saiyan. I made a whole separate video about that if you want to watch that as well. I will link it in the description below. But ultimately, we have the end of that debate there, so that's cool to see. But I feel like what's going to happen next week is Botama will lose in the first like 5 minutes. And then most of episode 33 is going to consist of Goku fighting against Frost, to which ultimately he has to possibly lose, or maybe he tags in. I'm not really sure. Maybe they'll change the rule or something, but we do know that Piccolo is going to fight Frost at some point, so I don't know if it's because there's a loss that happens there or some kind of technicality. We'll have to figure it out as we get closer, but Goku might possibly lose. Either way, for next week, I predict what's going to happen is most of the episodes are going to consist of Goku fighting Frost, to which the fight will be halted whether Goku loses or he gives up. He's not going to give up. Goku doesn't give up. He'll probably go all out. But at some point he's going to lose, and then the episode's probably going to end with... Actually, I don't even think the episode is going to end with Piccolo and Frost yet. Maybe it's going to end on a cliffhanger, because after that, it's called Piccolo versus Frost. So I just want to make sure I don't confuse my episodes. Whatever. So next week's going to mostly consist of Botama getting wrung out, and then probably the fight beginning starting to happen between Frost and Goku. Something like that. I'm getting kind of jumbled in my head because I keep thinking of episode titles and it's kind of confusing me, but whatever. Either way, Dragon Ball Super is exciting. I'm so hyped right now. After watching, I just watched the episode again in the sub version, which is why I'm doing my review. I always wait to watch the sub, so I make sure I pick up everything. But I just got so hyped after watching that again. I cannot wait for next week to see what else happens in the series, but I'm loving Dragon Ball Super. Again, if Dragon Ball Super episode 32 is in your top, comment below. I'm curious to know how many of you guys actually enjoyed it as much as I did. And any other thing that I might have missed, just... Oh! Supreme Kai. That's what I want to talk about. See, I knew I forgot something. Supreme Kai and Kibito split officially, and they didn't mention anything in regards to why they went to Namek. But if you guys remember, the reason why they went to Namek in the manga was because they wanted to get the Dragon Balls, because they thought that's what Champa was looking for, and when they realized he wasn't looking for that, they used the wish to split themselves in half. Now, in this, all they said was, oh, we split, we used the Namekian Dragon Balls, and that's it. So they didn't really reveal why they did it, or if they're trying to keep it secret, I have no idea. But either way, they're officially split. It's official. So that's something else I want to toss out there. But I think that's everything. Let me just make sure I look at my list. One last thing, the interaction between Goku and the Universe 6 Supreme Kai is a little bit different. Because in the manga, Goku saw Kibito and Supreme Kai, started talking to them, and then got distracted because he wanted to talk to the Universe 6 Supreme Kais. And here, he talked to Kibito and Supreme Kai, and then he talked to them. So it's kind of also a different experience. But for the most part, it was all pretty much the same. So, yeah. Anyways, I think that's everything. Before my brain really overloads from trying to think of all these topics at once, I want to end the video right here. And again, let me know your thoughts on episode 32, what you enjoyed, didn't enjoy, any feedback at all. Comment it below, and I guess let's see what happens next week. Also, if you have your best prediction of what's going to happen, of how Goku and Frost's fight ends, why Piccolo is going next, does Goku lose, feel free to drop your best comments and speculations and theories below as well. But other than that, that's everything. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get some food now because I'm freaking starving. But I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, leave a like right below. Any questions, comments, feedback, you know how this works, just comment it below. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day. My name is Rhymestyle, and I'll see all you awesome Super Sandwiches in the comment section below. Peace.